All right, guys. Welcome to Movie Minds, episode 2. We're here back again with the guys. We have
Anthony.
Daniel.
Ish. So I'm really excited to be here with you guys. We're all really excited, and we're gonna go ahead and continue on with the same format, or a little different changes here and there. So, So we're gonna go ahead and step right into it. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and go over at box office. All right. So just a little, recap. This is being filmed on Friday, and you're gonna probably be seeing this on Monday morning. And so when you see the numbers, we're not gonna dive into it, but these are projected numbers from reliable sources. So let's go right into it. So on number 1, there's no really surprise there. Spider-Man: Far From Home comes in at number 1. Toy Story 4, I was gonna say Toy Story 2, comes in number 2, and then Crawl comes in number 3, and Stuber comes in number 4. So what do you guys think about these numbers?
So I mean, off bat though, we got to remember that Stuber and Crawl, the official numbers haven't come out yet, so it's going to come out on Monday when they officially say, okay, it's gonna make 14. Right now, Crawl looks like it's making 14 million, and Stuber's making 11 million. So I'm sure it's going to be a bit more in that area.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that Crawl is projected to be a little bit more than Stuber, only because it seems like one of those Sharknado type of movies.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, how does that seem more of an interesting story than
I so need to go watch it,
dude. But for some reason, like seriously, like Crawl looks like what's the big shark one?
Lake Placid.
Was it that one? No, the big one, like
alligator.
Jaws.
No, it's not Jaws. It's the big.
Megalodon.
Megalodon. That one, dude.
Megalodon. I've never seen it.
Okay, so I watched that film, and dude, honestly, I had a lot of fun. It was super cheesy. Dwight was from The Office. He came on in the film, but I thought that the Crawl was gonna be like that, so I was like really, really iffy on that. So.
Yeah, it just seems like one of those dumb movies. I'm like, how does that even look projected to be more interesting than Stuber? At least Stuber has characters and stories.
Actually, to be honest, it's actually been getting pretty good reviews.
Which one?
Crawl.
Really?
As far as audience, how it's accepting or whatever. And actually, the trailers look pretty good, to be honest, to me. So that's why when he was gonna go watch a movie, I told him, "Hey, go watch Crawl." Yeah. But the audience spoke.
Yeah. So if you guys are following us on Instagram, which you should, we actually posted a poll asking you guys, what do you guys want us to talk about, which is whether it was Crawl or Stuber, and it was like a 78%
blowout.
Like 40 people asked just voting. So I mean, you guys don't care about Crawl, so it's fine. But a lot of people out there did, and it was only a difference of like 3 million. So I mean, Crawl's still on top of Stuber. So
I'm hoping that Yesterday does really good, just because I just love as a musician, music movies and stuff like that. I really
want to watch that.
And it looks so good, man. I mean, who doesn't love it? If you don't love the Beatles, man, you can just jump into a pool with no water at first. Yeah. But Beatles are classic. Everybody loves them, man. And it looks like a good storyline. It's like an alternate universe, right? Or he just wakes up and thinks that he wrote all the music, right? And then eventually you'll see Paul McCartney come out, and then
I have to watch it, dude, because
just the trailer
alone. The premise is pretty good, yeah.
And I love side note real quick, I just love how he sounds like recording. It sounds like an updated, re-recorded, remastered version. Someone else's take on classic songs, and I was like, I like his voice, So I'm hoping it does good.
Yeah, I can't say I'm gonna go watch it in theaters just because it's too late and a lot of things are coming out next week.
Yeah.
But definitely when it comes to whatever streaming service or renting it online, I'm definitely gonna go check it out. So
I'm gonna be honest, man. I mean, Crawl I think looks really good. I think I want the previews, the trailers that I saw, they were. It's one of those. I feel like it's going to be one of those intense movies. You know what I mean? That you're going to be, at the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
This alligator thing.
Bunch of jump scares.
But when you say that, when you say the whole Megalodon thing or those kind of movie Sharknado, the first thing that I think is, man, I don't want to go and feel disappointed that I just wasted my money. And I could have caught this on cable.
Honestly, you guys saved my life because I was the one that actually went to go see Stuber. And I was kind of relieved that I didn't have to go see Crawl.
And you know what, Stuber, you have David Bautista. Basically, this is the reason why I didn't want to go see Stuber, because I felt like they were just a money grab, right? They put David Bautista in front of the screen, say, be Drac, but we're just going to change your name. And they put like a little sidekick around him. Now, I don't know if the movie is good or not, to be honest, but it just didn't make me want to say, I don't like Drax that much, you know, from the MCU. I mean, I think he's great and all, but not to go watch him for an hour and a half. But that's my thoughts.
So what did you say? You actually saw it, so
yeah. So like I said, I mean, I went to go see it, and to be completely honest with you,
let's see.
I was pleasantly surprised.
No.
At the beginning of the first half of the film was really so a surprise. I went with my wife, and we're in the theater like 20 minutes in, and we were looking at each other like, is this really happening? Like, is this actually a good movie? Like,
there was a lot of people.
Like, there was a lot of people. It was Thursday night. There was a few people there.
Okay.
It wasn't packed out, but there was a good amount. But I was engaged. Like there was a lot of moments where like I was like, oh no, please. It was like it really got my attention on a lot of parts. The first half. The second half was kind of the problems that I had. That the resolution of the whole film, it was just not. It just didn't hit home for me. Like it didn't land well. Like it was a great, start, but yeah. And so here's my basic review of it. If you love buddy cop films, you will enjoy this film, and you will come out like pleasantly surprised with it. Well, maybe not after this, because you're not surprised. But like I think you'll laugh a lot. You'll enjoy Dave Bautista.
So would you say that it was Drac? It was Drac, but
no, actually, and then that was literally my next point. Dave Bautista really came out of the whole Drax, like a grunt macho guy.
He came out of that,
dude. There was scenes. Well, okay, no. So let me not say that it's completely different. Like it's not a different shade of him. It is the same kind of like you see him, and he has a big presence, right?
Okay.
Like macho presence. But the movie allows for him to really act. It really does, and I've never seen him before. Like if you really remember Dave Bautista's past films, like he's in 007, right? He's a villain,
assassin,
right?
yeah.
He's an assassin, so he doesn't have a lot of lines there.
Well, wait, he did do a little bit of acting, even though it's Drax. He did show some emotion when he loses his wife and his daughter, and he tells him those little things like that. So that makes me know that he does know how to act to some degree.
You're totally right, but this level, like he has this. I don't want to give a lot of information, but he has this relationship with his daughter, and that relationship was really cool. The way that they set up the whole plot, and I want to talk a little bit about the plot. The plot was actually kind of interesting because you think about it. It's a cop that takes over an Uber, and like, how does that make sense?
Takes over Uber?
An Uber, yeah, that's literally the plot. Like, a cop needs an Uber ride, and he takes him on this whole adventure, dude. And it's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie.
And the Katal guys, plays the Uber guy.
Kamal,
yeah,
dude. He is. I'm not a huge fan of his. Like he has some films in here and there. He has like funny moments. But overall, like I think that we could have replaced him with another comedian, and it would have been as good or even better, to be honest. Like so for me, Dave Bautista is the star of this film.
And last night I was watching Jimmy Kimmel, and you could see that guy Kamal come out, and then you see David Bautista come out, and this guy David Bautista, man. Everyone loves this guy, man. I mean, this guy is gifting people. He's like bringing gifts to sets, and like the big old like teddy bear. And he's, he's what he looks like, but he's such a really nice guy. And sometimes I feel like people just say that just because they're in Hollywood, and I don't know if they gain something. But honestly, genuinely, man, these people came to the Jimmy Kimmel show, dude, and it really looked genuine. It really looked like heartfelt, and I just love Dave Bautista. Like, I really like the guy. I'm rooting for him. It's just this movie did not make me want to go see it.
For sure.
I mean, I would want to go see it still. It looks like, it's like that buddy cop kind of thing.
Yeah,
Dumb comedy. It looks like at least it's enjoyable just from the trailers alone. So I still want to take time to go see it. I do believe to a degree, some of Dave Bautista's acting levels, like his heights and a lot of, because
still limited.
The exact reference that you use, like in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where he's just kind of sitting there, with Mantis, and he's just talking to her, and just like you really see that emotion, and then just that whole moment. It's believable to me. So I don't think he's just gonna be that macho guy. It won't be like The Rock from Scorpion King.
So it's
and
funny
like the Mummy, like
what
I'm saying? It was just like one level.
So that's a funny thing you say, because in my opinion, Dave Bautista has potential. I mean, I'm not saying he is, but he has a potential to become another Rock. After seeing his chops and stuff like that, dude, I really think he has a lot of potential. He just needs to get more opportunities to do it, and I think it will. I think after this film, people will look at him, and studios will look at him, and will give him another shot for something bigger.
Yeah, he just got to take roles that are different. One of my favorite Rock movies, and I feel like it just does not get enough like credit or likability, but it's actually Walking Tall. I just love this. I just love the whole tone of it. It's like small town. War veteran
I could
comes
see
back.
David Bautista doing a Walking Tall. I can see
a type of role, like
I
small
could see
town
him doing something like Walking Tall is a great movie. It's one of those little small movies that The Rock made when he was at the peak of his career.
Yeah,
but
it feels like a little independent, just small world movie. So real world,
great. Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right, so we want to go on to the next subject of today's show. Anthony?
Yeah, well, look, it's no surprise, okay? What's coming up this weekend? Everybody knows. Beyonce, Jon Favreau.
I want to be 10 years old again.
Childish Gambino. Man, I love his music.
I don't know if Childish Gambino sounds like that, but yeah.
He doesn't sound like that, but I want to. When I think of him, that's the kind of sound I want to make. But look, this movie is going a little bit about what I was telling you before. Is a lot of people, and me, and for instance, I see this movie and I'm like, The Lion King, the greatest Disney movie ever made, right? And I'm not saying that this is my favorite Disney movie. I'm saying that this is statistically, if you ask people, The Lion King is just, you can't beat it, right?
Iconic. Yeah.
So right now it's just it's doing great, obviously, but there's a few things that I would like to talk about.
Yeah, so
about
it just came out, right? Like a few days ago.
No, it hasn't come out yet.
No, the premiere. I'm sorry.
Yes,
they just premiered
it,
and they had this whole red carpet. Everyone, all the A-listers.
I want to stay away from anybody that says anything about The Lion King, but it's impossible when you're on social media. So you get little things here and there. I haven't heard a review or anything like that, but I have heard that it's not. That it, there's some issues with it, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. But yeah, go ahead, man. What do you think?
I mean, if anything, that's just hard to believe, because if that is the only way that could be, is because you grow up thinking this is it, this is the best that you can get, was this story, it's nostalgic, and doing something maybe slightly different, like live action, maybe it just doesn't hit the full nostalgia nerve. So I don't know if anything. That's why I say it's like, you took a perfect product or a perfect movie, and then you try to do it newer or modern, and it just didn't hit for some reason. Which maybe it's the voices, maybe. I mean, who knows?
I'll tell you right now what it is, but what do you think?
So just so you guys know, you see that live reaction, right? Like we try not to get anyone else's opinion. Right. This is fully us, and you take it as you want.
That's right.
Yeah, I did see some mixed reviews from a few people online, and CNBC actually was talking about it the other day. And I'm kind of perplexed, to be honest with you. Like, how can you mess up, or how can you have I don't know.
Like, what could be done so bad?
Yeah. So the only thing I could think of, and I don't know if I'm gonna step on your toes on this one, but like I think that maybe they did it too exact. Like, they didn't do anything new, maybe.
Like Aladdin, right? It's made some changes.
Well, even Aladdin did some changes at the very end, and I love that change with Jasmine. I love that. Anyway, but yeah, I'm surprised, man. So I mean, what do you?
So look, this is what's going on with The Lion King right now, okay? And this is what I really truly feel is going to come out. That why it's not doing well. I think it's because, going back to what I said on last week's show, we're not used to watching just like we're not used to watching maybe somebody playing Ariel that's of a different race that we have always thought of Ariel as a white redhead.
Icon, right?
Yeah. So same thing with these movies. These movies don't look like the cartoons. They don't have the emotion that the cartoons have. They don't have a lot of things. These are basically Jon Favreau took real animals and was able to make them speak, but making them look real. These animals look like if the real thing. If I were to go to a jungle right now and see a lion, that's on the Lion King is what it's going to be.
That's what Jon Favreau was going for.
That's what he was going for. Absolutely.
And
that's what we
want. He
want.
actually stated in an interview, and I can't quote it right now, but he stated that this film is not an animated film. It's for him. It is not. It's a CGI using the same technology that we are used to seeing in big budget films.
Right, and he also said, he learned a lot from the Jungle Book when he made it, and so he made a lot of mistakes. I love it too, and he made a lot of mistakes, and he was able to learn from those mistakes when he was with the Lion King. But as far as the movie in itself, I think from what I hear, Timon and Pumbaa, Seth Rogen and them, they're taking they're just doing great in the movie, and I can't wait to watch that part. Yeah, but as far as the movie is concerned, I really am excited. I think
now
it's
let me
gonna be
ask
great.
you this to wrap this up. Do you think that these reviews will affect its box office? Because it's projecting 150 million?
About 120 to 150 million, depending. Will it? Absolutely. I mean, it's always going to affect when people like us review movies, and we have people like you watching, and you guys depend on us to really give you the right information about movies and what's going on. It really is up to you guys. But I know for me, in fact, when I hear somebody tell, like my favorite critic, say something bad about a movie, it's not going to stop me from going and watch it, but it might not make me go watch it the day it comes out, or I'll say, hey. I'll probably watch it later. Right. So, little things like that.
What do you think?
I'm still gonna go watch it regardless. I'm just excited for it.
I'm gonna go watch it.
I'm just curious what could be done so bad that it got a mystery.
I'm telling you guys, I think it's that, dude. I think that it looks too real and possibly. It looks too real, and it does. Kids. Yeah, it doesn't look. I mean, possible. They go to an elephant cemetery in Lion King, so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Imagine taking little kids to the movies where it looks so real.
This movie is not for the kids this generation. It's made for us.
And going on to your point,
going
to his point, there is new scenes in the Lion King. There are some new things that are going to be shown, and how the hyenas played by Whoopi Goldberg in the Lion King, the person that's playing the main hyena right now, I don't remember her name right now, but she's going to be a bigger part in the movie. There's going to be a bigger part there. So these are little things that Jon Favreau also spoke to Jimmy Kimmel about, and he was just, he's just on top of the world right now, Jon Favreau.
He's doing everything, bro.
Doing everything.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go on to the next topic, guys. We have a big event coming out next Sunday. Dan, you want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, so next weekend, it's going to be ComicCon.
Nerd Week.
Nerd alert. So with ComicCon, obviously comes rumors and possible spoilers to be done, and of course, who's one of the main biggest people to show up on the scene, none other than Marvel and Paul H. So for us, we want to go ahead and join in on the crazy talk, the rumor mill. We're gonna jump on in head first. And one of the secret panelists that is rumored to be showing up is actually Keanu Reeves. So this is a huge grab. We already know that Marvel has been trying, consistently trying to just go after it, diligently after.
Because Keanu Reeves is a big deal now.
He's on top of the world right now, too. And
he's so hot right now.
He's so hot right now. And, for me, personally, I'm just excited to see what role he might be playing. The big talks right now are for the Eternals. But he always stated that he wanted to be in a Wolverine. He always wanted to be recast as Wolverine, or another role of a character that is recurring, that's long term, not just like a one-off.
He wants to be
consistently and
part
continuous.
Of the Marvel
universe. He really does want to be part. And they'd be dumb not to. I mean, you had dreams. Maybe if it was for Eternals, and if you do plan on keeping that character, but if you don't, man, recast it. Do what the man does. Man.
Well, back a few months ago when John Wick came out, when it was about to come out, and it was being like he's like the first. There was a big film out there. What's his name? Kevin Feige started talking about how he would love to happen. Like someone who was doing a press junket for something, and they asked him that, and I mean they've been working on that for a while. I think Keanu would serve best as a kind of a mystic level magician type of person, in my opinion. I just like how he's like so zen, like he has like really just centered and he's peaceful and stuff like that. I just I just love that. So,
yeah, he does seem more as centered as a character. I don't see him aggressive like a Wolverine character would.
I think Keanu Reeves would be great. I think what right now a lot of people are thinking is Keanu Reeves is coming off of John Wick 3. He was in Toy Story as Captain Kaboom, and he's just been doing a lot of great things. And so he's everywhere. So obviously you want a great actor to be playing one of these people. And he's definitely speculated to be playing, and definitely in talks with Kevin Feige about playing the main character in the Eternals. And that's already been confirmed as far as that meeting's now. What is he going to take it? Is another story. But I know there's also been other rumors as well. But I mean, that's the one that's really the one out there right now.
I think that from what I'm expecting from Comic-Con the most, and I know like Marvel is a big studio and stuff like that, and I'm now that the Fox merger came and is now done. Like it's literally a real thing now. Yeah. And I know that sometimes the studios have said that maybe they're not gonna really work on it until like a few years from now. But just an announcement like, hey, we're actively working on Fantastic Four. Yeah. Now like that movie. In my for me growing up, I feel like I remember that movie and like really being hyped up about it, but then walking out of the theater super bummed out because it sucked. So and I remember seeing Fantastic Four coming out in cartoons and stuff like that in the 90s, and they were like super cool. Like I really want Marvel to take over that franchise and just like, man, that could be the next big X-Men. Like that's literally, I think. Yeah, they're the future of Marvel, in my opinion. Like Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer, all that stuff, dude. Like, I mean, oh my gosh, man, I hope that that comes out of Comic-Con. That'd be great.
The biggest thing for me if Spider-Man, obviously, there's Black Panther and what's going on there. DC is not going to be at Comic-Con, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on with Prey of Birds with Margot Robbie, and I don't know why they decided not to be at Comic-Con. Yeah. I'm sure it has to do with something with Marvel and what they're doing, and
I think they're
all these other things. I think so too.
I think DC is like really restructuring.
So, but do you think that they're restructuring to the point where it's going to be ready, the restructure is going to be ready? Because if they're restructuring and they're willing to not come out at Comic-Con this year, then next year for Comic-Con, dude, it's going to be, it has to be like...
They're going to come out with the big guns, dude. They're going to show Flash. They're going to bring back... well, they have Wonder Woman already in the slate, but I think that they're going to bring back... They're going to show like...
Darkseid tease.
Batman. Matt Reeves,
Batman. Robert
Pattinson's, which I'm still iffy about it. I have to watch more of his movies. I really don't have an opinion anymore.
I could kind of see
I'm like 50-50 there, but I think DC's gonna hit a home run, but next year. This year is not DC's year.
What movie would you wish to be in?
I honestly, man, I'm really looking forward because I loved Spider-Man so much, man. I really want to know what the next what the next villain is, and
I feel like it's too soon to be honest.
To be honest, dude, if they bring back somehow Doc Ock, I would be really. I would lose my mind. That's how much. Like if they bring back, you know how much I love the Sam Raimi.
You really like Spider-Man too, huh?
I really like.
It's one of the.
To me, it's one of the.
I've always
it's considered
like
one of the best
I feel like it's good, but I just feel like there's better comic book.
I think Doc Ock did really great. It was played by Fran Molina, and he did just such a great at the time when it came out. It was just something that was like, wow, I never thought they could do that with Doc Ock.
Good graphics, good shooting. I really like the way they shot the fighting. Like it was. Like that's how it would be if you fought Doc Ock.
And one more thing, dude, if they announce this
stones and
if they announce this one thing at Comic-Con, I will sleep really well that night. If they say that the Spider-Man is going to go somehow into the Venom world, into the Venom movie that and it's going to be created for. But I'm sorry, I'm trying to contain myself. If that happens, I might faint. But yeah,
it might happen. Dude.
Well, the
Not now, though.
possible villain that is speculated is Kraven the Hunter.
I heard about
I think
that.
if
I read
played
about that.
right, I think that it could definitely be playing well, and that would set up the Sinister Six, because Dimitri, who was remember Ant-Man's line where he's like, you didn't know he was talking about Shield in Endgame. He's like, he told Captain America, he's like, those look like bad guys. Like, how do you not know?
Oh yeah. I
So
remember,
Dimitri, like, back to that little, that little tag, or he was just like, yeah, Dimitri looked like a bad guy, and not to get too much into it, but Dimitri is the real name of stepbrother of Kraven the Hunter. Sorry, and he actually plays Chameleon, who can shapeshift pretty much, and we have scrolls coming out at the end of Spider-Man.
So that guy that was in Endgame, he could be Chameleon. Is that what you're saying?
The guy in Homecoming.
Oh,
Far From Home.
And so they did say with him,
the big,
what's his name again? Craven
the Hunter.
Craven the Hunter.
Yeah.
They said that he's gonna probably be in the next Venom. Is what they're thinking, that
if they
introduce him, if they're gonna use that, it's been speculated that.
So for those who don't know who Kraven is, he's like a super hunter. Yeah, he's like an alpha hunter pretty much. He loves to hunt for fun, but only like the rarest of prey.
Big game, And so I could see him going after, what, I've done all these, and why not go after like another superhero, or however he would think it.
But how would they do that though if they get Kraven inside of Venom and make Spider-Man a nemesis? But then what would that mean for everything else in the MCU? Is what I'm wondering as to if I have a doubt of it not happening.
It's got to be one or the other. But even if they did come somehow, there's been numerous times where Spider-Man and Venom have teamed up for
that's
various
true
reasons. So
that is true.
Yeah, because
that's so true.
That's tough because Venom was definitely portrayed as like a decent guy trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to like being power hungry.
An anti-hero.
An anti-hero. Mm-hmm. So they have to do something. There has to be another movie where you introduce or you see a turn in Eddie Brock, from.
I could already see the movie being made, dude. Obviously, they're going to make them fight in the beginning of the movie, and somehow they're going to put their forces together or something. I don't know.
Something. Who would you like to see play Kraven the Hunter?
That's too much. Too many actors.
There's too many, dude. There's one that comes up to mind right away because he looks like him.
Hey, Dave Bautista.
Oh, that's a good one.
Bautista, man.
Play two roles?
I'm thinking of another WWE star. The one that came out on The Longest Shot. Remember?
Oh, the Longest Yard.
The Longest Yard, yes, with Adam Sandler. Remember?
Yeah. Goldberg?
The guy that Goldberg. He plays the little ping ball that they're really scared of him.
Oh, yeah, that's the Great Khali.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He's too wobbly though.
Yeah. I'm with you on it. I think that was his acting though. I think that's acting.
Maybe.
But yeah, I think I can see that.
He might not be a good actor though, the guy, because he didn't have a lot of words.
I have one actor who I could see playing a couple of characters in the MCU, but one of them I think would be a little smaller in stature, but I mean they've changed statures for characters like Wolverine and Hugh Jackman, but I think Luke Evans, who plays the Immortals, Shaw's brother, right?
Yeah.
So
he looks like a bad guy.
Yeah, he looks like a bad guy. He definitely. Or if you've seen the most recent
stuff.
movie, Adam Sandler, that whodunit spy game that he.
No, I haven't.
So it's on Netflix,
Is that on
right
Netflix?
now.
Yeah, with Jennifer Aniston.
But he's also in that movie. I think I don't know. He kind of has.
Was that any good?
I liked it.
I haven't seen it.
It was funny.
My wife saw it without me. So that was the end of our show. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. We definitely enjoyed our time here with you guys. Please remember to like and subscribe on our channel. Share it with your friends. Hopefully some of them want to go ahead and join us in the talk. Please remember to actually comment on the bottom of this video as well.
Tell us who you would want a fantasy cast or book as who you would cast as certain characters.
Yeah, and next week we're going to see if we were right at all.
It's true.
So that's going to be fun. Anyway, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and
hit that little notification button so that you guys see all the posts we have.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, you guys.
Stay moving minded, guys.
Stay moving minded.